Overseas voting is well underway across the globe to elect Korea's next leader, as more voters are heading to polling stations for their hopes and wishes. Our Lee Eun-hee brings the story.
Sung Jin-ok, a Korean national living in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, drove 4 hours to a polling station in Virginia. Arriving at daybreak to cast her vote, she said that she'd never felt such an urgent need to vote in all her 16 years of living overseas.
There is something deeply moving about stamping my vote. I used to think my vote was too small to matter, so I often gave up. But this time, I hope it becomes a vote for real change.
With overseas voting for South Korea's presidential election now underway, Korean nationals across the United States are heading to polling stations in what they describe as a hopeful, even emotional act of civic duty. For many, this election feels more personal than ever.
I hope this election brings us closer together, a society united through democracy.
Meanwhile, others cast their ballot, thinking of future generations.
I want our children to grow up in a society where responsible leaders step up.
The overseas voting period began Tuesday and runs to Sunday, taking place across 118 countries according to the National Election Commission. A total of 258,000 overseas voters registered for this year's election, which is roughly a 14% increase compared to the previous election. Overseas voters in Asia account for the largest bloc at around 129,000 registered voters, followed by the United States and Europe.
Perhaps this election was one that didn't need to happen, which makes it even more crucial to choose the right leader.
In Japan, out of around 400,000 eligible voters, around 9.4% have indicated their intention to vote. The future of Korea-Japan relations under the next president is one of their top concerns.
There are many complex historical issues, but I hope the two countries can at least build a cooperative relationship on current matters.
In an effort to improve accessibility for Korean citizens living abroad, the NEC has installed new polling stations such as those in Lithuania, Estonia, and Luxembourg. As the overseas voting window continues ahead of the domestic election period, many voters say they're not just casting a ballot, but expressing their hopes for a better, more unified country. Lee Eun-hee, Arirang News.